Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Hamm.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast. Wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands. Not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. Never know who's gonna walk through the door. There just might be some treasure in this chest. Having fun with a special guest. Time for Stage Select.
And here are your hosts, Julian Titus and Justin Hamm.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
I'm Justin Hamm. Hi. Here to bring the room down a whole lot of notches.
We're here to fake it till we make it, Justin. We're the most entertaining video game variety show on podcasting.
Sure. Yeah. If you, that's good for us. I'm happy for us.
Bits and skits, Justin.
We
got nothing.
I know it's getting rough. This is a rough time. It's a rough time for video games. Let me tell you.
It's not.
It's not.
It's a rough time for you not playing video games.
It's real rough. Yeah.
But then also for me, it's a rough time, like, because of like health things and whatnot. Like, I thought for sure, spoiler alert, I thought for sure I would have finished Pragmata by now. But I'll talk about it briefly, but I don't really want to talk much about it simply because I figure it's worth talk about like my entire overall thoughts once I'm done with it.
Sure.
And I'm almost there. I think I'm about to enter the last area. But I'm not quite there because I was trying to like mop up some collectibles that like useful collectibles. Like that is one thing, is like a lot of the collectibles in that game are like super useful.
Right. Yeah.
So trying to do that. But
I've just been trying to find time to play anything, and half the time by the time I get sat down, I'm like, oh, I got like an hour. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, all right, well, guess I'll play WWE for an hour and not really get anywhere in that. So okay, well, that's my life now, I guess.
Yeah,
it's been rough.
And to be clear, there's a lot of stuff coming out that I'm super excited for, especially in May. Is like kind of jam packed.
So what's coming out in May? Let's look now. You got me curious.
So off the top of my head, mixtape 007 First Light.
Oh, okay. Now that I want to play.
I'm interested in Saros, which is actually technically the end of this month, but that's not going to be a day one purchase.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in that, I'll admit. They keep advertising.
Directive 8020 from Supermassive is coming next month.
Is it in May? Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that.
And Aphelion, which that's probably more my thing than your thing. It's funny because Aphelion looks a lot like Directive 8020, but it's from Don't Nod.
Weird. Interesting. Okay.
It's like another like sci-fi with like a weird alien thing going on, and obviously it's got like a lot of like story type stuff because it's Don't Nod.
Oh wow, Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis. That's clear your calendar for that one. Yeah, mixtape. What is that? Why do I not?
That's that really
one?
Cool looking.
This thing. Okay. Yeah.
Been waiting for that one.
Yeah. The only one I see is 007. What was the other one? I've not seen Directive 8020, but this might be an old list.
Oh yeah, I just looked it up like a day ago on GameSpot, and they had it on there.
Zero Parades comes out this month too.
I'll believe that when I see it.
It comes apparently May 21st.
Okay.
Let's you know what? Hold on. Let's go to Steam. What does Steam have to say about this?
Steam's been weird sometimes, where it's like there's games that are like very much incoming and they still don't have a release date on Steam or a pre-order thing.
It says May 21st. So
okay,
that's apparently a thing.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall. Yeah, we shall.
The first game from the Fractured Zaum collective.
Boy.
Oh, I forgot to watch the rest of the No Clip documentary on
I watched
Disco
the
Elysium.
first one and then was like, this is really great. And then, or the first episode of it, I was like, this is really great. I'm going to finish this. And then I kind of forgot to do that. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it is highly interesting. And it's like, you see the people who made the game. It's like, of course this game came out this way.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're all so, like, artsy and cool.
Oh, yeah. They're very cool. They're the coolest motherfuckers. Okay, yeah, May 12th, directed beta 20, according to this. That's, yeah, okay. That one I want to play, too. Okay.
Yeah.
That one, okay. May might actually get interesting for then.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm interested in Pragmata, but I'm not like, it's not like a drop everything game for me. I don't know how to explain that. It seems good. It's just not like one of those types of games that I'm gonna go out of my way for. And that's kind of just how I am with a lot of games like that, I guess.
Right.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the nothing burger of an episode that we have planned for you, just a quick reminder, if for patrons, that the current Suffer Select poll is up, and if you're listening to this right as it goes up on Patreon, then you've still got a few days. You've still got a few days if you're listening to the public feed when it goes up as well. But the current poll is between Sentinel Returns, which is a PlayStation 1 game that also got like a PC release, although apparently I thought it was available on GOG, but apparently it's not. So we'd have to do some weird things if that wins. But it's currently getting trounced by Tunic, which is a very well-regarded game that I think the patrons are realizing is not our thing. So,
probably not. Yeah.
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 I played the demo and really didn't like it.
I remember that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Zelda style stuff, so and it has weird fucking puzzle shit, and yeah.
And it's got like Soulsy challenge.
Oh, fun. Great. Perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything I don't like about video games. Perfect. Not to sell anybody, but yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if anything might be an upgrade over certain things. Oh.
Yeah, so you have until 7:30 Central Time on May 1st to get your votes in on Patreon if you're a patron, and that's available to all paid patrons. So even if you're at the Key Grip tier, you can vote. We've only had 7 votes so far out of the 20-something of you that are paid members of the Patreon. So you could sway things. I will say, so Sentinel Returns, I know the name. I've never touched it. And I looked up a trailer initially, and the trailer told me fuck all. It was like a 30-second trailer from like 1997. And so then what I posted on the Patreon was the intro from like the PC version. And that also told me fuck all. I have no idea like what type of game it is.
Let's look at some images. These
I don't know if images are going to necessarily
blurry
help.
and incomprehensible. It looks first person.
I think it's first person.
Okay.
I think there might be some puzzle solving.
There might be some puzzle solving.
It's made by Psygnosis, and Psygnosis made good games. So,
well,
but you know, anybody can.
Apparently,
falter.
John disagrees. I don't know. It looks awful, but I mean, that was a PlayStation 1 game, so what do I know? You know, they all kind of look this way. What year? What year was this?
I think it's like 97 or 98.
This is 98. Okay. That sounds right. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen this game in my life. I'll be honest.
I have a distinct memory of it on, and I think this is the same thing for John. Sentinel Returns and Sentient. Not only are they usually like at our store, they would usually be like very close together on the shelf, but they also had similar color and like sensibility to their jewel cases, like the cover art.
Yeah, and
I couldn't tell you what either of them does because I've never played either of them.
Well, Julian, apparently you can go on goodoldgames.com or on their dream list and you can vote to bring it to GOG and help preserve it.
That's what I saw. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
As it is, we'd have to emulate it to get it going.
Here is the story of Sentinel Returns. Prepare your mind, body, and soul for a horrific game of hide and seek where you are hunted! ! From the people at Psygnosis comes this bone-chilling, mind-numbing strategy title that will make you dive into your brain and cringe with fear. The game is Sentinel Returns for the PlayStation. You are a scientist exploring the mysteries of an unknown substance. When this mysterious substance is given to an equally unknown specimen, a world dominated by the Sentinel is revealed. In this unreal universe, the battle for life's very essence is in motion. Possibly, when you finish with hundreds of specimens that you have, you will seek the answers to your questions. You might go seek these answers, who knows? However, failing this task has unknown repercussions. ... That's it.
Justin, I need you to be more vague. Could you vague that up a little for me?
Sure?
It's way too specific.
Sure? Are you positive? You know what? I'm gonna upvote this. Please I have to log in. I'm not doing that. Okay, well, I tried.
Yeah.
Please preserve Sentinel Returns. Everyone go vote to preserve that game. That sounds, I don't know what it sounds like. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake. You don't know what you're getting. Casey liked that.
I'm glad.
I have one thing.
That's fun.
I mean, well, so, because I played, like, the majority of what I did is I played Pragmata, I guess, is how they pronounce it in the game.
That sounds distinctly Minnesotan to me.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue very well, because I also say stigmata.
Yeah.
So.
They're Pragmata.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Most places have said it's like about 12 hours to beat the game.
Okay.
But there are these training sims that you unlock as you go through areas. Sure. And they have 3 tiers. Okay. Very standard thing, right? Yeah, so there's like 3 different objectives. If you complete all 3 objectives, then you get all the rewards for that one and you get a perfect grade on it. Okay. You don't need, like, if you're going for like a platinum, you don't need to do all 3 objectives in each one. You just need to do the main objective. Okay. But I will say that if you are going for all three rewards in each one of those, it highlights everything that's wrong with the way the game plays in a way that feels like it was tuned by the people who were playtesting it every day, as opposed to tuned for just your average audience. Yeah. It's a lot of like precision, and it's a lot of you need to be boosting just so or platforming just so, but that's kind of the weakest part of the game because Hugh has like a lot of inertia and weight to him. So he'll move a little bit further than you intend him to, or the boost will run out because in these challenges, they're not giving you the upgraded boost. Right. So, and you, at this point, you've gotten used to a certain amount of boosting that you can not do in these. If I may ask, what are the rewards for doing them? So it's a lot of excellent stuff. Okay. It's a bunch of upgrade mechanics, upgrade materials. Got you. Because there's 2 types of upgrades. There's your equipment upgrades, and then there's your, like, Hugh and Diana both have individual upgrades. Yeah. So you get a bunch of stuff for that. You get the cabin coins, which are used on a bingo board, which the bingo board also has like a lot of really excellent rewards, including really high-powered mods, and also there's some weapons that are hidden in the bingo board. So it's to your benefit to do these and kind of do them as they're unlocking so that you're getting access to this stuff. I just wanted to make sure that there was something like that you were getting for doing them and not just like, oh, this is just here if you want a real challenge. Like, because I'd be like, no, never going to touch this. Really excellent good rewards. Perfect. That's fine. I love that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a thing where, you know, when you're trying to do all of these challenges, like I'll get everything from everyone. It's like, oh, here, like I did one today where it was like, I've got to pick up this item that's in front of me, and like the animation for that is a little bit wonky, so I've got to boost to like cancel the animation, and while I'm boosting, switch to this other weapon.
Yeah,
because the switching animation is also like there's a lot of Dark Souls. It's not a Dark Souls game, but it has a lot of smarter Dark Souls sensibilities, and what I mean by that is the level design is very Dark Soulsy, where you'll kind of go through an area and then you'll unlock like a rest spot, but also you'll open up a shortcut to that area as well that, you know, kind of backs in on itself. Enemies respawn when you go back to your shelter and come back. And then there's like there's a lot of priority on animation, right? Sure. So like Hugh has like a lot of weight to him, like I said, but he also has it's one of the most annoying things, but it's only annoying in these challenge in the training sims. It's not so annoying in the main game. He can't jump that high, and when you get to the edge of a ledge, he climbs up, and the climb animation is extremely slow. But again, you only notice it when you're trying to do a training sim, and it's like, oh, this is shaving off like 2 seconds every time that I have to climb. This fucking sucks.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a lot of precision that I don't think the game is very good at doing. And I kid you not, dude, almost every one of these challenges, I've come in a fraction of a second under like the final thing.
No, that's not a good feeling.
And so that's why, like, you know, I think it's going to take me quite a bit longer, because it's like, okay, yeah, you can complete this challenge in 90 seconds, but I spent half an hour on it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's almost like a Tony Hawk thing where you do like 2 things and you're like, I fucked up. Restart.
Yeah,
it's that type of thing.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You have much more patience than I do, because I would be like,
I want all the shit.
Yeah, I would try that a few times and be like, I'm just gonna keep moving. Yeah.
And you know, to its credit, you're gonna get like the most useful stuff just by completing it. So, you know, you'll still get like a lot of really good stuff by doing that. But yeah, so that's why I haven't finished it, and I don't, you know, but I did want to kind of talk about like, you know, this kind of those the way that those are tuned. I do think they were kind of like done with the play testers in mind. Sure. Where it's like, you know, I'm sure that and you know, don't get me wrong, there will be plenty of people who do this stuff and they get it, and it's you know, they're doing stuff that even the developers didn't think was possible. Blah blah blah. But the margin for error is so razor thin compared to like other games that have stuff like that. It's kind of wild to me. Right. But I'm super enjoying it. Like, you know, I usually don't like saying this when I'm in it, but it's far and away my front runner for Game of the Year right now of the stuff that I've played. I'm in love with that game. I think pretty much everything it's doing is great. There's a few annoyances that I have that I'll talk about in more detail when I finish it. Sure. But for the most part, it's just excellent. But also, Vampire Crawlers came out this week.
Did it really?
It did. That's fun. And I picked that up, and man, I mean, I kind of said it with the demo, but it's kind of amazing how they were able to take Vampire Survivors and just expertly turn it into a dungeon crawling deck builder. Yeah. And it just works.
That's good.
It works so well. And I love the way it starts. It's very much like original Vampire Survivors, where it just throws you in. And first it's just like, it shows like old Vampire Survivors with like Antonio Belpasse, like just fighting bats.
Sure, yeah.
But then it starts to like zoom. And as it zooms, it transitions into those PS1 style graphics and then turns into a 3D first person thing. And then you're going.
Oh, okay.
And then you're just like dungeon crawling. I will say, and since you haven't played it yet, just a word to the wise. I've seen a lot of people online complaining that it took them like a really long time to understand how to combo cards. And I don't understand how that's possible, because literally the first relic that you get in that very first tutorial dungeon is the thing that allows you to combo cards. And if you read the description of the thing, it tells you how to combo cards.
It's because people don't read descriptions.
I guess not.
No.
All it is that you play things in mana order. So you have a lot of cards that are 0 mana.
Sure.
So you'll play a 0 mana card.
You curve
and then
out.
you play a 1 mana card, and it's boosted. And then if you have a 2 mana card and you also have the mana to use that card, you can play that and it will also be boosted, and so on and so forth.
So it rewards you for curbing out. Yeah. It's what in Magic the Gathering that's called curbing out. You go 1, 2, 3, 4 basically each turn curbing out. But it's a turn thing. But yeah, that's why I'm saying that, for anybody confused, like what the fuck is he talking about, including Julian.
Right. When you said it, I was like, oh, so that's got to be like an established like card game thing.
Yeah,
that I'm not aware
that's
of.
what I always. That's what it's called when you do it in Magic the Gathering. When you go turn 1, 1 drop, turn 2, 2 drop, turn 3, 3 drop. That's you're curbing out.
That's similar to a lot of the stuff that kind of, and I didn't know I was doing this, but it kind of naturally worked that way when I was playing Marvel Snap. Is that it would be that thing, because you would also get like more mana every turn,
right? So
it allowed you to do like more things each turn. Yeah, so you kind of build on each previous turn.
I mean, so many card games are kind of based around the foundation that Magic the Gathering kind of laid with like lands, and all that stuff. But yeah, I just bought some Magic the Gathering cards today just for something to do. It was fun.
Were they actual, like, just regular Magic the Gathering, or was it like another, like, cross promotion? Because it seems like that's all they do now.
I'm not interested in any of the other cross promotion stuff right now. Like, they had a Ninja Turtles one, and I'm like, I looked at some of the cards in that set, and I was like, I don't think this needed to be done.
Ninja Turtles, you say?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just put a pin in that.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. There is a Ninja Turtles Magic the Gathering set. All the cards. I don't think that's a thing that Magic needed to do, but here we are.
Yeah. I'm not even a Magic fan, but it definitely like Final Fantasy makes a lot of sense.
Like that's a match made in heaven to me. That I'm like, yeah, no, that's fucking perfect. That's awesome. Ninja Turtles not as enthused about that. I'm like, that doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Or Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget. There was another one. I don't know. Yeah. And it seems like they're coming out like all the time.
Fallout. There was some Fallout stuff, but that was before it like started becoming like tournament legal and stuff like that. There was a small, like, there was mostly commander decks for that. And I was like, that's kind of fun, I guess. But yeah, most of it, they have done Dungeons and Dragons, which, I mean, that makes sense because it's both owned by the same people, I think. I don't know. Those crossover sets are weird. Everybody wants a Harry Potter one, and I don't know if they'll ever get that, but
yeah.
I
mean, that at least makes some sense. I just wouldn't touch it with like
that at least makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, Vampire Crawlers, I guess it's weird for me to speak on it because I am historically not a person who meshes well with tabletop games or card games. I'm the deck builders that I've played, I've been very bad at.
Yeah.
And so far I've been kind of running roughshod over Vampire Crawlers. Nice. So it might be a thing. Like, even I think it's a little bit too easy, but there is a lot of strategy involved.
Sure.
I think my thing is that, I don't know. Okay. I'm of two minds of this.
Okay.
The runs are longer on average than a game of Vampire Survivors, because you had that like kind of time limit.
Yeah.
Just kind of baked into it.
Right.
Where here you can definitely go way longer than that. I will say that like the internal clock of Vampire Survivors, I think, is way off because it says that I've played it for 5 hours, and I think I've played it for more like 2. Because one of the runs said that I did it for like an hour and 40 minutes, and I was like, I think that was more like 40 minutes.
Did you pause it?
So, no.
Oh, interesting. That would be my first theory, is like you paused it or something and came back.
No, it just seems like they're like the actual game's internal clock is accelerated for some weird reason.
Interesting.
So
maybe that's like the fantasy version. Like, no, the guy was in there for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, maybe what it's doing is it's like every step you're taking, it calculates like a certain amount of time, almost like D&D rules. And so it's just calculating like how long you were like in the dungeon, right?
Right. Maybe.
That actually makes a little bit of sense.
That could work.
You know, the way it works is all of the weapons and items from Vampire Survivors are fair game, and you start out with like a basic set of cards, and then you unlock new cards as you level up. You can also find cards like in chests and stuff like that. You can augment those cards with gems to do different like add-on effects. Again, the combo system is very cool. The presentation is just incredible. This really is like the Pac-Man Championship Edition DX version of Vampire Survivors. Just as far although I will say that like it's missing, you know, I've played a good amount of it so far, and so far I have not seen like I have not opened a chest where it did like the really cool like over the top like casino style effect. It's more like, hey, here's the 3 things that you have to choose from, pick one, which is very, you know, more of a run based thing that we see all the time now. You can unlock the characters, and you get them again like in similar fashion where as you get achievements, characters unlock, and then you can pay gold to unlock them. They're called crawlers, and they're actually a card, so you have to play them, and once you play them they kind of stay on the side of your screen, and then they have different effects that will proc if you meet certain criteria. So like one of my favorite guys from Vampire Survivors, I think it's Gennaro, the barbarian dude. Like he adds an amount to like your projectiles, and then that can stack over time, and there's certain things that you can do to keep him out longer and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of things that you can do, and there's definitely been parts where you definitely get into a rhythm. It's a fast-paced deck builder. And because I think that's by design, like I think the, you know, because the main developer, you know, he started in casinos, so it still has that kind of casino feel. But there are times where it's like, hold on, this is like a bigger fight. Let me plan this out, and you know, make sure that I'm getting like the most bang for my buck, you know, in this turn type of thing. And that's been cool. It's cool to see that rewarded. There's weapon evolutions, just like in Vampire Survivors. Like they crammed all the good Vampire Survivor shit into this dungeon crawler, and I'm kind of here for it. Perfect for you, Justin. I almost texted you because I thought it'd be but I thought it would be something that you would have just kind of had on your radar.
Honestly, I just forgot about it was coming out.
I thought it was coming next month.
So I didn't even know it was coming this month at all until I seen it on the docket for today. I was like, oh, that came out, huh? All right, well,
but perfect game if you've only got like an hour at the end of the day.
Sure,
absolutely. I'm playing it on lunch breaks, or it's my warm-up before a Pragmata session. Like I'll do a run of Vampire Crawlers, and then I'll hop over to Pragmata and then play that for the rest of the evening. Highly recommend it. They did it again. That continues to be one of my favorite like Cinderella stories in video games. You know, this former casino programmer who, you know, decided to do this Castlevania knockoff thing. Just by himself, and then it turned into one of the biggest games ever, and it just continues to grow, and it's like, that guy deserves all of his millions. It's really cool to see. And you know, it's twice the price of Vampire Survivors, but that makes sense because it's like, well, you can tell that the budget is like quite a bit higher because they are doing polygonal graphics, even if they're simple. So nice. Big recommend from moi.
Nice.
And that's it. I didn't watch anything. I that's it. Like,
well,
okay. I guess I could say I did finish Treasure of Nadia.
Okay.
Those games are interesting.
They are interesting. That is true.
Because I'm really interested in the story. And part of me almost kind of wants to like turn the sex scenes off because they do nothing for me, and there's so many of them, and they're so repetitive.
they just keep coming,
But at the same time, you kind of have to see them because they get so stupid.
Yes,
like just the positions, and like, you know, because the finale, he's fucking 11 women.
Yeah,
and you just have to kind of see how that goes, because it's not feasible in any way, like shape or form.
No.
Even with like the love potion and supernatural shit going on. And I think that's probably my biggest issue with this game, is that I thought, especially with the first game being called Lust Epidemic, I was like, okay, I kind of see where this is going.
Sure.
This love potion is going to get more and more out of control.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause things. But it's like the love potion story is almost completely detached from the main story, which is like the supernatural shit.
A catalyst to make things happen, really. Like, it's like a separate thing. Yeah.
It's really weird. Although there are like a couple hints with the nun that make me think that they're kind of the genesis for the potion, because like in the first game, you didn't play the first game, but in the first game you learn that they don't know, because they said the potion needs to be seeded from a previous potion, and they don't know where the first potion came from.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so there might be like some sort of tie-in there.
I'm gonna guess.
I'll have to wait and see.
It might be in the new one. I don't know if they ever actually tie that in Genesis Order. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say the best part of Treasure of Nadia is towards the end. There's a cut scene where everybody starts kung fu fighting.
I know the one.
There's a big Russian mercenary that's been like kind of your foil for like a lot of the game. Oh yeah. And there's a part where he picks up your main character, and again, big Russian dude. Yeah. And he goes, "Hiya." And that sent me, dude.
They're all hilarious. You have like I mean, I just remember seeing him do like the initial spin kick or thing and all this other stuff, and then just get completely owned. And I was like, I need to see every cutscene in this game. I don't care what it takes, because they're just so funny. The unintentionally so, but they're just so good in their own bad way. Yeah. What a fucking weird series.
And I started up the Genesis Order.
Yeah.
And I will say it does fix a lot of my issues with their main character problem, because this guy, he's a detective.
Yes.
So he's more capable than the last two guys were. And he's smarter. And also he's pretty reluctant to like do stuff. He will fuck when the fucking is presented to him. Right. But it's not like his whole reason for being, and he will actually, at least so far, he's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. But it's also, and this is also thematically consistent, in this game, at least so far, it's like, not only is like almost the first meeting a asexual thing, but we're just skipping handies and blowies. Like, we're going straight to like full vag, because, but to me, it's like, okay, that actually makes sense, because more and more people are getting infected with the sex virus, right? And it's affecting like people's inhibitions and stuff like that. Not? So that makes sense. But so far, I'm liking the way that the main character is written a little bit more. Yeah. But I can already tell it's going to be a huge slog, because it's like, not every encounter with the women needs to be a sex scene. You can just have you can just have them talk, and then you can move on to the next thing.
Well, Julian, what if every encounter was a sex scene? What if though?
No, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting.
I know. It's completely ridiculous at all times. To the point, you're right. It hinders the game, but that's what people are there for. So they are giving the majority of the people what they want, I guess.
But you know what it is for me? Like, so the dialogue during the sex scenes is very repetitive and not
it's always
great.
Terrible. Yeah.
But also, for a game that has so many sex scenes and so many different characters, it's very vanilla. Yeah. And look, vanilla's fine. But again, when you've got like 100 animated sex scenes in your game, like, let's throw in some writing crops or something. Like, let's do something a little bit different than just, the big thing in this series. To me, there's two things. The main character in the second game really loved anal.
Oh,
that was the big that was like the be all end all for him. And then there's a lot of fluid swapping, which that's not my I'm not a big fan of that.
It's not great. No, it's super.
And there's a fuck. Like Treasure of Nadia, it was like the end of every scene. And that, again, I'm being repetitive because the games are repetitive.
I was gonna. There is that, but there's also an aspect of Treasure of Nadia, if memory serves, that is like part of the plot revolves around that. If memory serves, like there was something with like they had to do that because it was part of what, spoilers, made them immortal or something weird.
No, but
I can't remember.
There were like the different like rituals that he had to do like towards the end.
Yeah, that's
to
what
get
I'm
into the
thinking
temple.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. It's wild too because I mean obviously those games were on Patreon and they do very well on Patreon. But there's gotta be some extra funding somewhere that they've been getting since the beginning, because all of like when you compare them to like other like 3D modeled porn games, the production values are so ridiculously high even in the first game. So there's got to be like some silent like investor somewhere that was like fronting some cash,
or it's just made by somebody who's rich to begin with and it's just like, I'm going to do this.
Super talented on modeling and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because the models look excellent and the animations are really well done. It's
right.
You know, like it is a step above. Like, you know, our me and Justin's favorite is Being a Dick. Not the best looking game by any stretch.
No.
It gets better over time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it's rough as shit that first season.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
But yeah, that's that now I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh, that's more than all I got. Yeah, I watched some movies. I've been, you know, I'm still playing WWE for the hour or so that I have free time. During the day, it's not. My life is fine. It's just, you know, that's what happens. I'm just like, I'm just busy now. It sucks.
Yeah,
that part sucks. But yeah,
I made the joke before, but you went home and you became a family man.
Yeah, pretty much. I tried to fix my hose faucet thing, my spigot today. But I bought the wrong thing, so now I have to find. Oh god, it was something real stupid that I have to find. Like I don't know, like the whole top of it is just broken. Like as soon as I turned it on, like water just shot out the top of it. I was like, pretty sure that's not how that's supposed to work. Great. So, you know, there's that. What else did I try to do? Oh, I got a key made today. That was fun.
That reminds me, I need to make a key because John has my spare.
Yeah.
And I don't have another one.
Been a while since I've had a key made. You just put it in a machine now.
It's been that way for a pretty long bit.
Has it been?
That's how it. Yeah, because it's been a long time since I had a key made, but the last time that I had one made, that's what I did.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't even know they did it like that. It's wild. It's just like, yeah, you stick this key in there and now the machine does it. And I was like, holy shit. Fucking crazy. And what else did I do today? Let's see. I bought Magic the Gathering cards. We went to the mall, I think, last weekend. You know, the mall's still around. That's good. Good for it. It's trying its best. I've never... You know, I went into a Victoria's Secret for the first time in my life. That was weird. Not what I expected from that store. I don't know what I expected, but it was a lot. It wasn't that. It was just like, oh, this is just a store that sells underwear. It always seemed
what were you expecting?
When I was a younger man, it always seemed like this dark corner of the mall that you weren't allowed into. Like it was weird.
No, that's Fredericks of Hollywood.
Okay, that's fair. We don't have one.
We used to have at our mall.
Yeah,
it closed a long time ago.
Yeah,
but Fredericks of Hollywood had like the slinky stuff.
Oh.
I've always found the Victoria's Secret selection to be very bland.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's probably what I expected it to be, and then I was like, oh no, this is just underwear. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty functional day-to-day underwear.
Childhood me built that up a whole different way. So, you know.
Well, I mean, they had like obviously like the Victoria's Secret models, right? And
that's exactly.
basic underwear looks very different on Letitia Casta than it does on a normal person.
Right. That's where my brain ran to. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a whole thing. And then went in and I was like, oh, this is not a whole thing. Okay, fair enough. Now I know.
And always have the Battle G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I bought some air purifiers today. It's fun. This is my life now. It's entertaining. And then I get home and I'm like, I guess I'll play a video game for an hour.
Oh, now I'm noting the Victoria's Secret bag in Justin's background.
Right, yeah. See, we did go. That is a true thing that happened. I did not lie and make that up. Let's see. I've been buying. I'm real into sitting statues now. Ones that sit. They just sit down on your shelf. That's pretty cool. They're
like on the edge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. I bought a Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li. It's all the way on my top shelf where I'd get it down. But she looks really good. I was actually like really surprised by the quality of it. It was oddly enough sold by the Sega store.
That is very, I was going to say that's very weird, but when it comes to stuff like that, there is like a lot of like cross licensing that you'll see. Yeah. So not as weird as I would have initially, as my initial reaction.
Because I liked this one so much, I went ahead and bought, they had a Ryu one, and I was like, that's really cool looking too, where it's like Hot Dad Ryu, and he's just like sitting there with like his arms crossed, like he's pissed off, and I was like, this is cool. I like that. I'm gonna get that. And then I bought like there's a 2B and the other girl, A2 or whatever, A1, I don't remember.
A2, I think.
I think you're right. I can't ever remember her name.
It
I know
couldn't be A1 because I definitely would have made a
steak sauce joke. Yeah, that's what I always think too. But she's also there, and that's also licensed by Sega. It's weird. I don't know what's going on there.
Now, for the Chun-Li one, I have to ask, is there some sort of like back base, like weighting her down? Because I feel that if she's just like sitting on the edge of your shelf, that's just asking for trouble.
I don't. She's kind of leaned back, so it works out fine.
Okay, so most of the weight is distributed.
Yeah.
Back,
it's they're all like, it's just like shin, like their shins are dangling pretty much. But it's nice, like the bottom of her like back skirt thing kind of dangles down too. It's really nice actually. They really did a good job.
That's a neat concept.
Yeah. I think they're like supposed to be like almost like noodle stoppers, but they're not. It's interesting. But yeah, that's a genre of statue, and they're all pretty. They're not actually very expensive. Like the Ryu and Chun-Li ones are like $30. I was like,
oh yeah,
it's not bad. Like, yeah, trust me,
very cheap for a statue.
Yeah, that's pretty affordable.
There's a Hugh and Diana Pragmata statue that they're pre-ordering, and it's like $300, but it looks really cool, and I'm like, man, I'm glad that I A, don't have money, and B, don't have space.
Yeah.
I do want it.
I have a lot of shelves I'm still filling. I'm just like, do I have the space for this? I don't know, but I'm just gonna get it anyway because that's what I want. Yeah, so that's what I do. But
you could also end up doing what Vinny Caravella does, which is like cycle out what's displayed.
Very much so. Very much could do that, or move them out to the garage and be like, this is where they live here. This is where these ones are. But so far, I haven't had to do that. So far, I actually have a pretty good amount of stuff and room to put things. So yeah, we're still going strong. Oh, did I do anything else? I went to Target and looked at. That's where I bought Magic the Gathering cards. They still sell a guitar controller at Target.
I have seen. Yeah, I guess there's a new-ish, like, just third party controller on the market now, but I don't know. I'm assuming it's PC compatible.
I don't know either. It's for,
because like there's nothing on
the one was for PlayStation
consoles,
but it must be for that's what I kept saying, because I said I pointed it out. It was like, it's crazy to me that they still sell this, and Kim was like, well, if you got it, you could play the Guitar Hero stuff, and I'm like, they don't have those anymore. Like, I don't like, you'd have to like buy the
they're not
old
backwards
ones.
compatible.
Yeah, you'd have to buy the old ones and somehow figure that shit out. Like, I have no idea what this is for.
Yeah.
And they were like, then why are they selling it? I'm like, I don't know. That's what's so fascinating about it.
Did you hear? There's a new game that got announced, and it's from Red Octane. Well, it's not the original Red Octane. There's a new Red Octane that was formed by a lot of former Red Octane people.
Okay.
And the name is like slightly different, but Red Octane is still in the name.
Okay.
But they announced it looks like a Guitar Hero-esque Guitar Hero game, and then they're making a new guitar. You know,
why not?
Have to wait and see like what songs are available and you know whatnot. But I just want Microsoft to. I've said it before. Just get those games working back compat on Xbox, and you could release your own controller because you make hardware also.
Yeah, I don't think
people would buy it.
Yeah, they would. I don't
buy
think
it
they're
in an
do
instant. I'm not buying very much on Xbox anymore. That's for damn sure.
You and me both. Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, that's really about it. That's about other than watch stuff. I did watch some movies. Really down week for movies for me too.
Oh man, it's just
yeah. Like I
wanted to go see something in the theater and then didn't get around to it. And then I did go over to John's house.
Okay.
And he had his goddaughter with him, and I showed them both Totally Killer.
Nice.
And they seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Kinda, not as much as me, because like I'm just like I'm like singing that game, like that movie's praise. I'm like, this is like one of those things where I want to like expose everybody to it.
It's
sort of like
movie.
Baby Assassins.
Right. It's a good movie.
Yeah, but they seem to have a good time with it.
Let's see.
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
Before we do that, since this looks like we're on track to do an actual like 90-minute
yeah,
like,
it's very
run,
possible. We might actually have, but yeah.
Let's go ahead and thank our lovely patrons before we get to that.
That sounds like a plan.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but as always, we like to thank the executive producer tier every week. This week we have the Let's Play Princess of Nerds a Broadcast.
We have Blaine Faya.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Addy XD.
We have our new patron, thank patrons, in parentheses, not new, it's 60 end parentheses.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have Big Baker.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker Podcast.
We have Raymond Crum.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Andrew Wilson.
All the sons in a row there. We have Bookie.
We have friend of the show, John Gholson.
Well, he should have been one up, and then we would have really had all the sons in a row.
You're right. That would have been a really big Vampire Crawlers combo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We would have curved out. We have David Portnov.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Exrian.
We have Casey Curran.
And last but not least, we have Philip P.K. Becker. And also worth noting, executive producers, if any of y'all have stuff that you want promoted in this segment, let me know. Because, I mean, I have the ones where I know that they have, like, a thing that they do, right? But,
oh, yeah.
You know, some y'all contain multitudes, so you may be doing stuff that I'm not aware of.
That's right.
And I could be aware of it and be talking, you know, mentioning it every week.
Yeah. Yeah. You could be.
Yep.
Anyway, movies. Let's see. Movies. What did I do?
They're a thing that you can watch with your eyes.
I did watch them with my eyes, most of them. The only one that I would say that I really liked this week was I watched Novocaine.
Okay, yeah. That one, I'll be curious because, like, I saw the trailer and I was like, this just looks like Kick-Ass but lame.
It's not bad. I liked it. it wasn't the world's greatest movie in the world, but it was a fun movie, if that makes sense.
Sure.
The premise of the movie, for those that don't know, is Jack Quaid is there, and he works at a bank. He's just kind of a really nerdy, regular dude. But
really stretching his acting muscles with this one.
Yeah, basically. He has a thing where he has a condition, and I cannot remember what it's called, but it's a real condition.
Yes.
Where he cannot feel pain. And they I do like that they describe it in detail, like, and make it kind of realistic, where it's like, he has a timer on his watch that goes off every 3 hours because he can't feel pain. So if he doesn't go to the bathroom after 3 hours, his bladder could explode.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Stuff
I hadn't
like
even thought about that. I mean,
the things you don't think of with it, they go into, and I was like, "That's really cool, actually."
Because the main thing I always think of is like you could like cut yourself and be bleeding and not even know that you're bleeding.
One of his things is he does not eat solid food because he's terrified that if he eats solid food and he bites his tongue off, and he will not notice it and just die. Yeah. So. Stuff like that. I thought that, which was pretty cool, how he goes into the whole thing, and has these little quirks about him as to why he does what he does. Like the basic premise is there's a new girl who starts working there. He kind of starts to develop a crush on her. They go out to lunch. She has him eat cherry pie for the first time. And because he hasn't eaten solid food or anything like that. Mm-hmm. He, starts to kind of develop a crush on her, and then their meet cute, so to speak, is she spills coffee on him, and he like doesn't feel it at all. Right. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Not a big deal. Anyway, it goes from there. Then the bank gets robbed, and she gets taken hostage. And so on a whim, they've already gone on a date at her like art exhibition or something like that. And he is now going to find the people that robbed the bank and rescue her, because he's just like, fuck it. What else am I doing? And that's kind of the premise of the movie. The things that they do are really kind of fucking dope though. Like, because he can't feel pain. Like some of them are pretty funny. Like there's a scene where he's basically indisposed as he goes into this guy's house and it's all booby trapped. So like he's getting like spiked ball in the back and shit like that, and he doesn't notice it. Like it's just inconvenient to him.
Right. And
then like the guy comes home and he's like in a snare trap, and he's like, yeah, I am the guy that killed your brother, and you know what, you just whatever you do, if you got to kill me, that's fine. Just make sure you do it. It's instant. I don't want to get hurt or anything. Just make sure you kill me, ensuring that the guy's going to try to kill him slowly so he can buy more time. So he starts torturing him, and then he has to fake that it hurts, like he's getting his toenails ripped off, and he's just like, ow, this is terrible, I hate this. It's pretty good. It's honestly some pretty good bits. They go pretty hard on some of the stuff at the end, which is pretty dope. I liked it. It was a fun movie. Would watch that one again. Let's see, what else did I watch? I've watched another movie that I didn't think was bad, but didn't think was super great, called Deep Cover. It's another kind of action comedy with has Orlando Bloom in it.
Oh, I have no knowledge of this.
Yeah, it's a British movie. Let me look up the cast because I forget the main girl. She's a thing. She's like a daughter of almost like a Jack Quaid type. Deep Cover, maybe that movie. What was the cast? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay.
Orlando Bloom. Sean Bean's in it. Ian McShane.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a pretty cool cast. It's not a bad movie overall. It's pretty fun. The idea is Bryce Dallas Howard's character is from America, and she came over and basically is teaching improv comedy to people. And Orlando Bloom is this like kind of, I don't want to say disgraced actor. He was like an actor that was in a commercial one time, and he's trying to get serious roles in acting now.
Sure.
So he has gone into method acting, like really hardcore. And then there's another guy who is just like comes to the class because he's like just a regular office dude and just wants to have a hobby basically, and tries this out on a whim. So they basically, through a series of events, get asked to do some undercover sting operations by the police, because they're actors. So, and through various shenanigans, slowly get into the British underground scene more and more and more, until all the British like mobsters basically think they're like super hardcore, and they're like accidentally like killing people and stuff like that. And
okay,
Orlando Bloom is the reason to watch that movie. He is great because he's going so hard at all times. It's fantastic. Like he's like the crazy one essentially. Like he just walks into this room with like these hardcore drug dealers and just has like a fake grenade on him, and like he just like they're like aiming a gun at his head, and he just doesn't even flinch. He's just like he just has the grenade and all this shit. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Maybe not like the greatest movie I've ever seen, but definitely a good watch for the most part.
I like accidental killing to comedic effect. That's like one of my favorite things. I think that's why Tucker and Dale versus Evil works so well. I really like that shit. Yeah, the cast alone's pretty fun. Like it's fun because like Ian McShane's character is like the only one that realizes like that slowly kind of realizes like I'm pretty sure these guys aren't legit at all. Like he's the only one he's like the only sane one out of, but everybody else is like, no man, they killed this dude. Like they're fucking crazy. And he's like, that dude was old as shit. Like he can barely get out of bed anymore. Who cares about that guy? What do you guys? It's great. Yeah.
Let's see. What else did I watch? I just watched a movie today that I cannot recommend at all because it was terrible. Which is kind of a similar thing. It was called Roleplay. It has the girl from fucking Big Bang Theory in it. That's like the only notable actor. Yeah, she's terrible. She's really bad at acting. And it was like a comedy movie, I guess. She plays like this assassin, and her husband doesn't know she's an assassin.
I already can't buy that.
Oh, it's terrible. It was just boring. This is a boring movie, and then like certain scenes are like, I don't know. It's just a bad watch. The premise is like they're a couple. She's going on all these things, and she's basically telling people she's in finance, or her husband that she's in finance or whatever, and they're and like she forgets their anniversary, so to make it up to him, they're gonna go to New York and stay at this hotel, and they're gonna role play this scene where they're gonna meet at a bar, and they're gonna use fake names, and they're gonna like basically have this like meeting and kind of have this little fling type thing, even though they're married. Right. That's what they decide to do. And then that evolves into like her getting hunted down by this man, and then there's an investigation. It sucked. What a shit movie. Don't watch Roleplay. It was bad.
That does lead me to a question that John had, which I think is worth asking on the show, and then the truth or the answer can be revealed for him.
Sure.
Because you've been watching, you guys watch a lot of movies now.
Mm-hmm.
John wanted to know how the decision to watch said movie happens. Like who's picking the movies? Like what's the thought process there?
I'm the person picking the movies. It depends.
Interesting. I assumed it was Kim.
Sometimes it's both of us, really. It is okay. This is how it goes, and this is actually kind of an interesting, funny bit. Kim will often go, okay, you're picking the movie tonight. Almost every night. Okay, this happens. And I will usually have about 15 minutes, maybe less, usually less than that, before, because we're trying to do it before we sit down to eat, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like scrambling to get everything done before this happens. And I'm going through movies, and I will add like 2 or 3 to the watch list that I'm like, okay, what about these? And then she will go through them and go, I don't want to watch any of these. And I go, okay, fuck. All right, let's go back to the list. And so I start going through things. I'm like, what about this one? And then what's it about? And then, and we go from there. Sometimes a lot of the time it's me going through movies until she approves one.
Right.
That's basically it. So it's kind of, it's me picking the movie with quotation fingers, but really I have to get the approval.
That's so interesting to me because somehow all the women that I've dated were not as big movie buffs as I am, apparently.
Yeah.
So it would be a thing where I'd be like, oh, well, you got to see this and you got to see this. And so most of the time, like, it would be my pick just because it was like, you haven't seen this? Holy shit.
It's the opposite here because I haven't seen anything.
But knowing that, like, you have not watched a lot of stuff, at least in the last, like, 20-ish years.
Yeah.
I would expect that she'd be like, oh, well, then we're watching this tonight.
Now, she does, like, sometimes, a lot of the times, her inspiration comes from something that we'll watch. So we'll watch something, and she'll go, oh, that reminds me of this one movie. We should watch that. And she'll go and find it, and we'll watch it.
Right.
But, yeah, for the most part, she's kind of got the say in a lot of it. And I don't know what the hell we're watching. There's a lot of times, and the other contributing factors, sometimes she feels like watching something she's already seen and she's seen a lot of shit, and sometimes she does not. So sometimes it's like, oh, I seen that one, I don't want to watch that today, let's pick a different one. Okay, right. Let's keep going. Like, I picked out, I think, 3 movies just the other night, and she went, I've seen all 3 of these movies. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess we'll pick something different. Never mind. But that's kind of the how it's going with the picking.
Might I once again submit Baby Assassins 1 through 3?
I don't think I'm gonna get that one passed anytime soon.
Boo.
They are not into that concept.
Then you should watch Baby Assassins when you would have been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation.
That might be the way to do it. Anyway, what else did I watch? Let's see. I did the terrible one that I watched today. Trying to think of, I swear there was another one in between there that we watched, but it's not coming to my brain. The one that I this is the one that I remember, and this is the one I hated the absolute most, because it sounds like it might be a good movie with some things to say, and then it's just bad. And this one was one I picked because I was like, oh, I like Jesse Eisenberg. He's okay. I like him in some movies. I like Adrian Brody. He's pretty cool. Let's give this movie a chance. And the movie was called Manodrome.
Nope.
Yep. Yep. Nope. Me neither. And the fun part about this movie was Kim immediately looked at it and was like, I feel like this is a movie I would have seen because of the people in it. And then she starts watching it and she goes, I do remember this movie. And her thing was, I've forgotten everything about it. And then when we got to the end, I was like, I can understand why you forgot everything about that movie. Interesting premise. So Jesse Eisenberg plays like this kind of like depressed dude, is a good way to put it. Like, he just got laid off from his job. Things are not going very super well for him. He's about to have a child. He is now like driving Uber and doing all this stuff. and he's just this guy that doesn't fit in with society. He's going and working out and doing manly stuff, but manly stuff's not in right now, so he doesn't know where he fits in. And then Adrian Brody enters the picture, and he's like this weird incel cult leader. And so you can kind of see where this is going. It's a fascinating idea on paper, where I was like, okay, yeah, this is about how, susceptible people get into stuff like this. And it just takes one charismatic dude to kind of lead them there. I will say this about the movie. The acting in it's really pretty good. Like, Adrian Brody is good in the movie. Jesse Eisenberg, for the role he is playing, is good in the movie. The problem is the writing around it just sucks. Like, as a story, it just isn't very good. And it constantly feels like it doesn't, A, have much to say about the matter, and B, is sending a lot of the wrong messages on complete accident.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, like I said, you can kind of see what the movie's trying to go for. Like, oh, what a tragedy that this guy ends up where he ends up. Mm-hmm. But like, the end of the movie goes way too hard.
Oh, so we're talking like the title's more like an analogy to like the Manosphere. Right?
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay. See, because when you said that title, I was like, oh, there's like some sort of avant-garde like sci-fi thing that
No, it's not. Manosphere, yeah, Manodrome.
You can just call it Manosphere. No one's got that copyrighted. Like,
I think the Manodrome was the name of Adrian Brody's like cult type thing that he has going on.
A little on the nose.
A little bit.
I'm starting to see the issues.
There's some big issues. The biggest, like I said, okay, to spoil Manodrome, the biggest issues are, okay, like Jesse Eisenberg basically gets in with these guys, and they all kind of like him. He seems like he's found his place. Like, he's kind of, he's written to try to, like, you want to sympathize with this guy. You kind of want to like him, but he's just impossible to like. Mm-hmm. To where the end of the movie, like, he's doing shit, and I'm like, I feel no sympathy toward you, and in fact, I'm sympathetic towards the bad guys of the movie because of what you've done here. Like, it's too much.
Right.
He like okay, one of Adrian Brody's big things, his character is like, at the end of this whole thing, he's like, okay, now I'm going to give you a gun because, you're your own man. You're the only god you need, blah, blah, blah. Here's this gun. Now you feel safe and blah, 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 all this other shit. Which then he just like walks out and like, I think shoots somebody. And you're like, what the fuck? Okay. And then like, he goes to this, like, he's having some issues with some dude at his gym, and like, then it turns out like, actually he's just really into this dude at the gym, and so he has sex with the dude at the gym, then murders the dude at the gym, to which it opens up an investigation on him. So he runs with his child because his girlfriend has left him at this point. And he runs to the cult with the child in arms, and like the police are hunting after him, and then he holds everybody hostage and shoots Adrian Brody and does all this shit, and then he just like randomly is in all these. I'm like, this is escalated too far. Like, this guy sucks. Like, he just sucks as a character. Like I don't know where you could have went with this, but it not here. It's too much. Yeah, it was. On top of all that, it's just kind of boring for the most part. It's like one of those movies where you're like, I'm just kind of waiting for anything to happen, and it's not really. It's just kind of boring. Not very good. You don't ever need to watch Manodrome. I every time I say the name, I want to say Manosphere. I do.
Yeah.
Because of that. But yeah, bad movie. Really disappointed by that one. Like I said, it seemed like it's like the previews for it, I was like, oh yeah, this seems pretty cool. Like this, well, not cool, but like, okay, I see what you're going for. This might be pretty okay. This might have some shit, but no, it's not worth watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if I watched anything else. I don't think I did. If I did, I didn't remember it, so probably not worth talking about. Yep. That's been my week.
And that's been my week, which would be the end of the show, but thankfully the listeners came in clutch with some comments, questions, or concerns, or CQC.
Thank God.
We've actually got quite a few here.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah. We might actually get through all of these, depending on how things go.
Why not? We might as well.
If you have a comment, question, or concern, there are plenty of ways to get at us. You can email us. The email address is thestageselectpod@gmail.com. You can comment on the public posts over on YouTube or Spotify or Patreon, or you can join our Discord, and there's a channel for CQC in the Discord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kicking things off with Orange Cloud 619. Good to hear from you again. He said, in No Cat's most recent season, they threatened to bring on guests who were phishing them, promotion of protein supplements, SEO optimization, etc., to make them talk about video games. They never actually did it, but I feel that this is more like a stage select move. Could we please have an episode with Mike Fallick, Big Dumb Quiz, Spence Sterling, a Brahmo, and a scammer, just to see how they enjoy flogging their own message amongst the chaos? I will say, I still haven't finished the most recent No Cat season, but that was like a pretty good bit.
That does sound pretty good.
I would love to do that, but we would have to actually get people soliciting those, and so far we haven't had any of those.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I would want to do are the ones where they clearly didn't look at the show at all. That's what No Cat had. It's like, they had the title of the show, but then they were like, hey, let's bring on this like real estate mogul.
Yeah.
And we can talk about this or that. And it's like, yeah, but what are your thoughts on, Mighty Guard versus just Barrier?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I think it would be great. Really fun to get, like, especially if I could get all the way to the booking and they're on the show and then like immediately like a Brahmo shows up and then Morgan shows up, and then
I mean, listen, I that was always my dream way back when I was getting emailed by, I can't remember what it was. The clickbait update email started getting hit by somebody, and I just kept replying to them, and I would read it on the air.
I remember that, and it never went anywhere.
It never went anywhere because eventually I think they figured me out. Or something. I can't remember. They just stopped emailing me. But I always wanted it to just keep escalating until like finally or I was just randomly hired for some job or something like that. That was the dream. Like I would love that. Yeah. But yeah, we have to get fished by people first. Right. That's the whole thing.
Because usually when I'm trying to book new guests, like I'm very clear, like, hey, this is the format of the show. Like we pretend that we're performing in front of a live studio audience, like it's like the Muppet Show or something like that. Sure, and we got these wacky characters. We try not to bring them all out like for a first timer, but it's a thing that's part of the show. Blah blah blah. But for this scenario, I wouldn't tell them shit. I'd just be like, yeah, that sounds great. Like, we record Friday nights. Like, let them know like if they're available. Blah blah blah, and let's go. And then let's see how long they last.
Right. Yeah. Before they hang up. Yeah.
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 Especially if I could get like some sort of like tech bro.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
And then try to pull like a Jon Stewart on Crossfire type of thing where it's like it starts as a comedy bit and then it's like, no, but really you're destroying the world. And let's talk about that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So not a no.
Not a no. No, not a no. We listen, hopefully someday. Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Next from Xrian. I think he wrote this a little bit weird, so I'm going to try to kind of ascertain what this is.
Okay.
You're about to be hit in the face by a person attacking you. Pick the worst option until you have a winner for worst item to get hit in the face with. So fist, foot, headbutt, brass knuckle, bat, nunchucks, folding chair, 4x4 covered in barbed wire, filthy toilet brush.
Okay. Is this all out of all of them? We have to go.
Like we're like kind of going like we're doing
ranking?
Escalating order type of thing to get to like the worst.
I wish I had that list written down.
I mean, it's in the Discord.
In the Discord. Okay, let me look. Okay, I have the Discord up. Hold on. Everybody, hold on.
I'm holding.
I need to. I hold. Are you holding?
Holding.
All right.
Steady.
Keep holding. Question,
Steady.
comments, concerns. We're here. Okay. I got.
April 19th.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Got it.
He put fist versus foot, but I think he meant fist and then foot and then so on.
Yes, I think so. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Hit in the face.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure we can agree that filthy toilet brush is at the bottom because like it's just a toilet brush. It's gross.
Like, it's a little gross, but it's not. Yeah, that's at the bottom. I'm going. Okay, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to personally say folding chair next because I've seen enough people take a folding chair to the head that I don't think it's as bad as the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I agree. There's enough give in it.
Yes.
That I think you'd probably, I mean, it's not going to feel great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it'll suck.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to break anything.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm kind of debating here because, and this might sound completely insane. I think the next one might be 4x4 covered in barbed wire. And hear me out. Because a 4x4 covered in also 2x4 would probably be worse.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Oh no, he's talking about an actual like four-wheeler covered in barbed wire, just flinging that around like a dragon style.
That would be pretty. Now that might be at the top. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But we'll say 2x4 covered in barbed wire. I'll try to correct it. Because my image is the Mick Foley,
right?
Now when he would do it, when it was covered in barbed wire, it depends on how it's covered in barbed wire. Because when he would do it, it was always wrapped at the top, and there was just enough give in the barbed wire to where it was almost like springy.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna get some nasty cuts.
Yeah, you'll get a nasty cut. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it also it depends on how you get hit, because if they're hitting in a slicing motion, that sucks. But if they're just hitting you in the face, right, you're gonna get it'll hit you pretty good, and that's about probably it.
Yeah. Okay, you've made your case.
Yeah,
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, I know it might sound crazy, but I'm gonna put that there. I think then it's probably. I would say fist probably after that, just a bare fist.
I would counter with headbutt, but
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree heavily. There's a reason headbutts are banned in MMA.
Okay.
Because of how savage they can be. If you headbutt somebody directly in the nose, you will fuck them up.
That's true. I guess I'm thinking more like forehead to forehead.
Forehead to forehead is, but still, even that, a fist to your forehead hurts.
Yeah.
A head to your head fucking is way worse. That shit.
And he did say hit in the face. So
yes, in the face. Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
A head is bad. So I'm gonna say fist.
Okay.
And then probably
foot?
brass knuckle after that, because it's just your fist again, but slightly harder. And
significantly harder. I feel like it goes up a couple notches from fist.
I feel like you're putting a lot of weight into the Ric Flair cheating aspect of this, and
he's got the brass knucks.
He's got the brass knuckles. Clearly, he's out cold now. It's not good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, maybe so maybe foot after that.
Yeah, foot is a weird one because there's a lot of ways to be hit in the face with a foot, and that changes things drastically.
Yeah, it depends. Because if you get front kicked in the face by a foot, that is not good. That will hurt quite bad. But like a side kick will hurt, but not maybe as bad. Depends on who's doing the kicking too. You know, this is a big aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say foot, and then I would say brass knuckle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then probably nunchuck.
Yeah, that's what I know the nunchucks can do a lot of damage if you if you get enough like torque on it before the strike.
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel that like we're kind of in almost like a street fight situation, and I don't really expect someone in that situation to have like the skill with nunchucks to pull that off.
It's also sort of hard to aim it too.
Yeah, there's that.
You have to aim it just right. You know, you almost have to be off to the side to get it going.
But that's number one with a bullet.
That's number one.
That'll take your head right off.
I've been hit with a bat in the face, straight up. And when I was 4 years old, I walked behind a child who was going to hit a ball off of a tee, and I didn't even, it wasn't front. It wasn't them hitting me with the front of the bat. They wound back to swing, and I got hit directly in the nose, and I'm still fucked up from it. And I'm 40 now.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I mean. Like it, like deviated, like both eyes were black and blue, all this other shit. Like it was terrible.
Yeah.
Number one with a bullet. Bat sucks to get hit in the face with. I can attest. That may surprise some, but true story. That did happen to me. I was rushed to the emergency room. The whole shot, probably had a fucking concussion, but we didn't really have protocol for that back then. So I just probably went to bed. Who knows? Yeah. But anyway.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we had like a pretty good consensus on that.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Next up from David Portnov, with the official release date and cast of the Elden Ring movie now confirmed, we need to know what Morgan thinks. Morgan, what are your thoughts on the Elden Ring movie, and do you plan on seeing it? Oh, hold on. Hey, Morgan, could you come here, please?
Oh, yes, Mr. Titus. Hello, Mr. Titus and Mr. Hamm.
Hi. Morgan, do you know what Elden Ring is?
I have seen discussion of it.
Okay. All right.
But
fantastic.
I don't understand why it exists. I don't know.
Are you familiar with the Lands Between? Have you ever been there before?
Not the Lands Between, but I've been basically down the street from them.
Oh, okay.
It's a bad neighborhood. You don't want to go there. There's so many poison swamps in the Lands Between.
There are a lot.
Far
and there's
more
lava
than
there
where
too.
I come from. I don't know why anybody would ever want to go there.
Well, apparently they're making a movie about it.
Yeah, Morgan, they're making a movie about Elden Ring. What do you think about that? And one of our listeners wants to know if you're wanting to see it.
Oh, well, I have become quite enamored with your motion pictures. It's something that I enjoy, although it does take me a long time to watch one. I tend to black out in the middle sometimes, and I have to rewind. And
you and me both.
It takes a few tries. Again, I don't understand why anybody would want a motion picture about that place.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Everybody is very droll and boring, and they kind of drone on, and it's not at all like the way that people come from where I'm from, or I don't talk like that, obviously.
No, obviously, no.
It's very disconcerting to have to deal with anybody from there.
Yeah.
And again, all the poison swamps. I'm so happy to be here at the stage select and not have to deal with the Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I figured I was thinking about cutting him off and then, asking him what his favorite movie was, but yeah, another time.
Sure.
I also was reminded that now more than ever that somehow Morgan reminds me of Werner Herzog. At least that in that moment he did.
Oh, interesting. That time I kind of thought he sounded a lot like Renfield from the IT Crowd.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renfield? Actually, I forget his name. The goth guy from IT Crowd.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I feel like Morgan's been watching a lot of IT Crowd, and it's been kind of informing
maybe that's pattern. His favorite show. Yeah, who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange Cloud 619 comes back with another question.
All right.
Who is the best Ninja Turtle?
No, okay, not who is your favorite. Who is the best? Interesting. Because my favorite from watching a lot of Ninja Turtles has become Raphael. But I don't think he's
totally
the best.
See that with you, yeah.
Yeah. Raphael, I didn't realize this when I was a kid, but Raphael is constantly breaking the fourth wall.
In the cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, constantly. And I love it. Like, it's a fun bit.
Yeah.
Didn't realize he was the one that did that. Now, but as far as the best one, that's tough. It's not Michelangelo. He wouldn't be the best one.
I think there's only one answer.
It's probably Donatello, right?
No. It's Leonardo. So? And here's my thing. So I'm a big fan of like the leader trope because they're almost never the most interesting character in the thing, right? Like Cyclops, Captain America, Leonardo.
Yeah, Leonardo's not very interesting. Yeah.
He's not, but you need someone like him to be able to wrangle those strong personalities and get them on task.
That is true.
And he's great at that. Like, Donatello, he's great, but he gets lost in the weeds in his own stuff.
I don't know if I agree with this. I'm personally going Donatello here, and as somebody who's been watching a lot of the episodes as of late, Donatello is like constantly the only reason that they beat a lot of the situations that they're in because of his weird tech shit.
Sure.
Like even like when he's not the focal point, he's sort of the only one that's like has the actual solution to the answer. Like Leonardo's good with the swords. I would say if in a straight fight, he would probably beat all of them. I would definitely say that. And as a leader, yeah, sure. Absolutely. I can see your point, but I definitely think like Donatello like gets them out of a lot of jams. Just because of the tech stuff. He's the reason they have like the vehicles and shit like that they do, and the comms and all that stuff. I would definitely say, in my opinion, he's probably the best one. He's not my favorite, but he's the probably
favorite for me is Michelangelo.
Yeah, well, I get it. Yeah, he's great too. Yeah. Mine's Raphael, and I didn't like him when I was younger. That's the fun part. He's as I've gotten older, I really like him.
Yeah.
Orange
Cloud 619 has a follow-up. You're temporarily in charge of the Autobots after Rodimus has just been killed by a misadventure of his own making. Who gets the Matrix of Leadership? You can't bring back Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Which is that's an interesting question.
Yeah, I have a question, actually. Because in canon, didn't they bring back Optimus?
They did, but he's saying that's not, we're taking that off the table.
We're alternate historying this.
Yes,
okay,
we are saying who is the successor to the Matrix after Rodimus.
That's tough.
Like, the boring answer would be Ultra Magnus, because that was Optimus's pick, right?
Yeah,
so
that is the boring answer.
That's the boring answer. My spicy answer, if we're going off of the cartoon continuity, which I mean that it would kind of have to be because that's where
that's where this came from. Yeah.
I actually go Springer.
Springer. He was the helicopter?
The triple changer, yeah, the green one.
Yes, yeah.
I think he's got it in him.
Yeah. You know what, Julian? I have to agree with you on that. He was kind of like when they separated in the movie, like he was like the guy. Like he was like sort of the leader. Like Ultra Magnus was there and he just like was kind of like a wet fart of a leader for the most part. Springer was the one like doing shit and like making decisions and and
he's got a little bit of that hot rod brashness, but he's also got like a little bit more like battle hardenedness to him.
Yeah, and he's a lot more grounded. I agree with that.
And also has one of my legit favorite action movie lines of all time, which is "I've got better things to do tonight than die."
Yes, that is a great line. Yeah, that is Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, nice. Springer's a great choice.
Yeah. If we're going like comic book continuity, I'm probably going Grimlock again, because by the time we get to the end of like the Marvel run, he's evolved way beyond when he was first the leader. Because when he was first the leader, he was god awful.
Okay.
But he becomes a better leader later on. And then Prowl is like a runner up as well.
Sure.
But Prowl's a little bit too like stick in the mud. Like kind of too by the book.
Yeah.
The Let's Play Princess asks, who is your favorite non-turtle mutant from Ninja Turtles?
Oh man.
I have multiple answers for this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some. Fuck. I almost gotta look these up so I can look at them.
While Justin's doing that, if we're talking the toy line, it's Mondo Gecko. He was one of my favorite figures. He was basically the honorary fifth member of the Turtles for me. Every time that I was playing Ninja Turtles, it was the four Turtles and Mondo Gecko against whoever else. It was just a very cool figure. I loved having him like do like skateboard tricks as attacks.
Right.
Just a very fun figure.
Yeah. You can't pick Slash because he's a snapping turtle technically.
Right. I thought of Slash because he's cool.
He is cool.
So cartoon, like original cartoon, it's Rocksteady.
Okay.
I really like Rocksteady's voice. And he gets like sillier as the show goes.
Yeah.
And I like it when he gets like sillier.
Right.
Like less rough around the edges. He gets almost cute. Like after like the first couple seasons.
Yes. I mean, you could always go Master Splinter because he is technically not a turtle. So
yeah, but I've never been a huge Splinter fan, honestly. I appreciate where he sits in the story and everything like that, but he's never been a very interesting character to me. Now, I haven't read a lot of the actual Eastman and Laird stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
Because I know he's a much bigger deal in those comics.
I don't like this list at all.
If we're talking the Archie comic series, which is my personal favorite comic series, it's Ray Fillet.
Okay.
He was a really good character, and he was one of the main characters in the spin-off series Mighty Mutanimals.
Okay. Nice. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He was in a couple episodes. He might have actually had his own series too. I think it was Miyamoto Musagi.
You mean Usagi Yojimbo?
Yeah.
The rabbit?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because he had his own. He was actually already a comic book character before he got into the Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yeah. But solid his episodes were always really good.
Yeah.
And he was like competent, like he was like beating the shit out of everybody. But like was constantly getting duped at the same time. And then he was pretty cool. I like him.
No, that's a great answer.
Yeah. Okay. Great. He was the one that immediately came to mind. I just couldn't remember his name.
From Casey,
right.
What is your favorite non-Ninja Turtles turtle?
Non-Ninja Turtles turtle? Oh,
yeah.
It's Slash.
Well, not from Ninja Turtles.
Not from it. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Not. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus, that's really a hard question. That you're bringing into account every turtle ever.
Yeah.
Turtles. Oh God, in media, I guess. Oh.
Mine is the boring answer. It's Franklin.
Yeah, sure. At least list of fictional turtles. There's a Wikipedia for this, apparently.
Of course there is.
Yeah, there is. You have a turtle from fucking Discworld. Oh, I know who my favorite non-turtle turtle is, and without even reading the rest of this list, it's the Turtle Pope from Elden Ring. That guy's great. That's so ridiculous. I love it. That dude is fucking awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, Turtle Pope for the win. Yeah, absolutely.
Dennis75 asks, what's your favorite Ninja Turtles media? Show, game, comic? Which one? You see what I alluded to earlier in the episode, Justin. It was for a reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of Ninja Turtles questions. I don't know where these all came from. I like the show. I like the original show. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's just good.
It used to be the show. Whoa, hold on. This is actually tougher than I thought. I really love the 2003 cartoon.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm one of those. It's funny. I'm not a purist when it comes to like my childhood media.
Sure.
And with most of it, I can totally acknowledge that like the early stuff, like the 80s stuff, is not great.
Oh, yeah.
Including Transformers. Mm-hmm. I like the second stabs at it. So like,
yeah.
I fucking love Beast Wars. I love the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon. I love the Thundercats reboot from the early aughts. I love the He-Man reboot from the early aughts, where they actually were trying to tell like some better stories and the animation was significantly better and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But, I think in order also not to be boring, because I don't think a lot of people ever talk about this. I love the Archie Comics Ninja Turtles comic book.
Oh, there you go.
It was excellent. And I stuck with it for like a really long time. I didn't stay all the way to the end, but that series ran for a really long time and it had some really cool, fun issues and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm going to go with that. Also, big ups to the Ninja Turtles and Archie crossover issue that they did. That was a lot of fun. That
does sound fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, I believe, a Ninja Turtles Street Fighter crossover comic. I think I have it somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of those lately.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
I guess
Or sorry, you did. Oh no, you said the original show. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I mean, even though I guess since we're talking media, I don't know if video games would count.
Really up there.
Yeah, the first movie is really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. I even like the second one. Not as big on the third one. I think I only watched it once, but
I actually like the third one a little bit more than the second one. I know that's sacrilege, but
that's fine.
It didn't feel as goofy as the second one. Like, I didn't like that the second one all of a sudden, like, they weren't like, the first one is so violent.
It is.
And then they turn it like completely down to zero in the second movie.
Yeah. But Vanilla Ice is there. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really stupid. It's great.
Although It's a Little Too Raph is still one of my all-time favorite comedy bits.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a great thing.
Yeah. I agree.
Xrian asks, who would win between all 4 Ninja Turtles and a Transformer? Who's the strongest one they could beat?
Oh, man. I don't know.
I think that they can take any of the Bumblebee-sized Transformers. So, you know, Bumblebee, Brawn, Warpath, you know, like those size, because they fight a lot of robots.
They do. That's what I was just going to say that. They do fight a lot of robots. Those blades can chop through metal. It is proven.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, don't count out Donatello randomly getting some sort of weird thing from one of the Transformers and figuring some sort of weird technology that can just shut them all off or something.
Sure.
Don't count it out.
It's like the Batman question, right? The question with Batman is always, if Batman has time to prepare. You know, and so if Donatello has time to prepare, that's a different story. If they're just meeting it in the street randomly and they're going to fight each other, I think it'd be tough. You know, the Ninja Turtles historically, at least in the original show, would usually get beat the first time they fought somebody, and then they'd go back, and kind of have to be like, okay, this is what we got to do if we want to beat this guy. Unless it was like Bebop and Rocksteady, which, you know, they already fought him, you know, so that's how that. That's also worth noting that the only one who could actually slice through metal is Leonardo, because Raphael's size are blunt, and then the other two have wood weapons.
Yes,
it's not going to do much against like the bigger Transformers, but I do think that they could use leverage to trip up like a Bumblebee-sized Transformer.
There's that, and don't count out their ability to find random weak points. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but so my answer is that I think that they're losing against anybody that's bigger than a Bumblebee size, but strongest one that I think they could beat would be Brawn.
Okay.
Brawn is very strong.
Yeah. Again, with prep, this is a different question.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Matt Jorgensen asked, would you rather fight 100 regular turtle-sized Transformers or one Transformer-sized Ninja Turtle?
Okay, regular turtle-sized Transformers. Oh, man. This is
I'm going to say like more pet shop sized turtle instead of like.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Or one Transformer sized Ninja Turtle. Probably the one Transformer sized Ninja Turtle. Really?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Because that's like, he's still flesh and blood.
Yeah.
He's going to be slow enough that you can probably like avoid stuff. 100 turtle-sized Transformers all have guns.
Yeah.
And they're just going to like turn you into Swiss cheese.
Yeah, or random laser maces, and that's not good either.
Yeah.
So, no. I'm not into that. That sounds terrifying. They could, you don't know, they could also randomly transform into one giant size fucking Transformer, like some sort of combiner thing, and oh god.
Yeah, if you've got like Devastator terrifying. There, that's still going to be like half your size. Like he'll be half your size, but that's still enough to fuck you up.
Yeah, 100 of them though. Like I mean, Jesus, that's wild.
Yeah. What if it's all the combine? Like they just happen to have all the combiners in there,
right? Terrifying.
Last but certainly not least from Xrian, would you rather ride in the dead carcass of a Transformer or have a lifetime of turtle soup from deceased Ninja Turtles?
Oh, turtle soup sounds awful. It just does.
It's also going to go bad after time.
Yeah. I mean, the sad carcass of a Transformer.
That's just a car.
Yeah, it's just a car. I don't even know if it would run. You'd almost have to like retrofit it to run. Because like I don't know if they have like motors. It'd be like an electric car, right? Kind of.
There's canon in some of the comics where you can basically get them to drive without their higher functions being operable.
Okay.
So it would be canonically feasible to just use them as a vehicle.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah. That. It's just a car.
Yeah.
The turtle soup thing, like turtle soup. I mean, just let's be real. Like turtle soup does not sound very good. I just looked this up not too long ago. Me and another person were talking about turtle soup because we never had it. And we wanted to know what turtle is supposed to taste like, because we were curious. And what did Google have to say about that? Because I remember its description was fucking horrifying. Oh, God, I can't type. I'm terrible at it because my keyboard's in a weird spot. There we go.
What's the most exotic meat that you've eaten?
Ostrich.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you?
I did not. I thought I was going to have the one up. Mine is shark.
Okay. Yeah, that's sharks. Sharks probably, to be fair, ostrich is not as extreme as you might think it is.
Neither is shark.
Yeah. That's about what I thought.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit bland. It's not bad, but it is like not as flavorful as other fish.
Right. Yeah. Ostrich tastes like if prepared a certain way, basically they would just make burgers out of it, and it just tastes like a burger. It's supposed to be like more lean than your average burger.
Sure.
Actually pretty good. I ate multiple of them. There was one restaurant around here that served them, and I thought they were actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh, nobody. What I typed in what turtle tastes like. That sounds right. Let's type in turtle meat, because then it wanted to give me the candy of turtle. Sure. And I'm like, no, that's not. No. No, that's not. Oh, you motherfucker. It's not what I'm asking. Turtles. What does turtle taste like? The texture, somebody on Facebook, the texture I'd say is kind of like chicken, but stringy. Ugh, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
It had like an earthy tone too, or something like that. There was a reason you only get turtle in soup, essentially, because it must
need
hide
the other flavors.
Yeah, it hides a lot of stuff that's wrong with the meat.
At that point, why even bother?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. It
just sounds like goopy and gross. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Transformer car is a lot better.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's a show, Justin.
I think that's a show, Julian. I think we did it.
We did. I thought, again, be like below 90 minutes, but no, listeners came in clutch.
We got over that.
Good job.
Yes, thank you for all the Ninja Turtle related questions. That was a lot more ninja. I don't know where all that came from, but
it was just everybody was trying to one up each other. It all happened in the course of a few hours. At a certain point, I almost put like, "Stop it, guys!" But I was like, "No, let's
see how this plays out." It worked out. I'm glad everybody did that.
Thanks as always to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for being our announcer and providing us with our logo and artwork. Thanks to you for listening to the show. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Hamm. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.